So I wanted to come back and give you guys a little bit more information about what happened yesterday. Many of you guys know that we are in the process of selling our property, and we had a signed purchase agreement with a buyer. And 1 month into this purchase agreement, it just fell apart. The buyers told us they can't complete the transaction, and that was really frustrating for us. So we're kind of back at the beginning right now, but I wanted to clear up some of the things that I've been reading in the comments today. Number one thing is a lot of people are telling us that we have a bad agent, fire our agent, get a new agent. And I just wanted to clear up that our agent is awesome. She has been amazing. She's doing so much work for us. And it's just hard to understand a situation when you don't know all the facts. I know we haven't given you a lot of information, so it's easy to speculate. And I just ask you, don't do that. Don't assume, don't speculate, because these kind of things are very in-depth, and there's more going on here than we can really explain in a video all the time. But the agent has been awesome, easy to work with, doing so much work for us. The fact of the matter is, she was warning us that she didn't trust the buyers, that something didn't seem right. And at that point, though, we were already signed in an agreement. And you got to remember, we're the ones that signed the agreement. It's up to us. If you want to blame anybody, you can blame us. We trusted their word. We should have probably looked into their claims and their documents a little deeper to begin with. We were just a little too trustworthy. We made the decision to sign the papers. And the agent has been just doing everything she can to help us through this. We had a lot of faith that it would just work out, and it didn't. So it is what it is. So we have no problem with our agent. We hold no ill feelings against her. She is awesome and doing everything she can to pull this together. The second thing is it's easy to speculate about what happened. I don't think they were trying to commit. The buyers weren't trying to defraud us necessarily, but they made false claims that we would have never signed an agreement with them if we knew the truth. That's what really upset me yesterday, was that we were lied to. It wasn't the deal falling through. It wasn't that, I totally understand in real estate things like that happen all the time. You think you got the loan, something happens at the last minute and the buyers back out. I get that. What bothers me was the lying. I hate being lied to. That's just a pet peeve of mine, that I do not like being lied to. And the fact of the matter is they did lie. They made up false documents to say that they had investors and a lot of other claims that just turned out to be not true. This whole deal was supposed to be done when we signed the agreement. They were telling us that they had grants. It was some program that they were doing, and it was a business, and they owned multiple properties. And then after we signed the agreement, based on the information they told us, and again, that was our decision to trust that information, well, then the story started changing. And then suddenly it wasn't grants, but they had to get a loan, but they were just waiting for paperwork. And they just kept stalling week after week. And we kept giving them the benefit of the doubt and saying, okay, whatever the case may be. We just had a little too much faith, a little too much trust that this would pull together, and it didn't. Now, we're not going to be suing them. We're not going to be going after them. It's just not our style. It's not what we do. It's not what we believe in. I think that things will work out on their own, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, they did put earnest money down, and we are requesting to keep that. So we're working on that. I know a lot of you guys brought up that. Yeah, there was earnest money. This was a total normal real estate transaction. It was just based on false information. That's what it comes down to. And the other thing is that we're not giving up. This isn't just, it didn't work. I didn't want to seem like that. Again, we were just mad because we were lied to, and we wasted a month of our selling time and taking the house off the market on people who weren't qualified to begin with. That's what really frustrated me, is that they lied, presumably, I guess, to stall the loan, or the sale. They probably wanted the property and just weren't ready for it, so they wanted to stall it as long as they could. The good news is that our agent already has people lined up. We have a showing today at 3 o'clock. We're going to be taking care of that. So we're already back on track to selling. I think there's actually maybe 3 people potentially interested right now. We're just going to pick up where we left off and see where it goes. We still have to work out what's going to happen with the other property that we're interested in. And I totally know that, yeah, if that one sells, another one will pop up eventually. I get that. That's not the issue. It's just the frustration of being lied to, and also of having to look for another property and wait potentially 6 months in an apartment somewhere. That's not ideal for us. So I hope that clears up some of the questions that you guys have. So right now, today, we are just cleaning up the house, cleaning up the property. It's already pretty clean, but we're just, tidying up because we're getting ready for the showing. We're going to go to the store, kill some time, and we'll see how the showing goes today. And we'll keep you guys up to date each step of the way as it goes. But don't worry about it. And thank you. Some of you guys send us money. You don't have to worry about that. We appreciate it. It's just we're still in the motion to make this happen. We just have to pull it together, and hopefully the right person comes along soon. So yeah, I better get cleaning this place up. I'm going to load some recyclables in the car, and maybe we'll come back a little later today and update you on how everything's going. So here we go. We're getting ready to leave right now for the showing, our 3 o'clock showing. We hope it goes so good. This showing is with an investor who would like to rent out the mobile home and keep the property for an investment. He's got money in equity and possibly 401k. That's all I know. So we're clearing the driveway, getting ready to go, and we're gonna go to the store, pick up some things we need, and have a little fun. It begins again. So we're back and we had a good time out. The stores were crazy. I mean, this time of year, it's so hard to shop for anything. When we got back, I actually checked the chickens, and I just wanted to show you something really cool. So this is a normal chicken egg. You guys know it, chicken eggs. This is what we normally get out of our coop each day. Today, Ashley just found this one. Look at that. Little tiny baby chicken egg. So I don't know where this one came from, but looks like one of our girls might be just starting to lay. So it's kind of fun. And aside from that good news, the showings went well too. So while the agent was here, a second interested person showed up. She gave 2 showings tonight. This is so awesome. We're so fortunate to have people lined up who were interested in the house and just waiting to see what would happen with the deal that we had on the table. So they both spent a lot of time looking at the property, and they seemed to like it. And here's where we're at. The one of them didn't make a decision, but they said they would let us know by Monday either way. That's great. We can totally wait for that. The other person, believe it or not, made a verbal offer, and we were totally not expecting an offer so soon. The offer is workable. It's okay. It's not as much as we wanted, but it's something that we could work with, and we're considering it. We're going to wait until Monday. We're going to hear what the other person has to say, and also we're going to wait till we hear back from a couple other people who may have been interested. The agent really got out today just contacting people and trying to get the ball rolling again, and she got it rolling. So happy. So let me tell you, I know you guys are going to wonder about the offer, the verbal offer that was made. We're going to be really careful with this one, but it's not as scary a deal. There's nothing weird, nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, it was somebody who knows our neighbor, and the neighbor is the one that brought him over and showed him the property. We actually met him a couple weeks ago, I think. He came over and wanted to check out the property, and we told him, there was an offer on the table. And he came over with our neighbor, and so they took down our agent's number and had contacted her, so she reached out to them as soon as this deal fell apart. So this guy is a friend of the neighbor with the junk, he's a nice guy, and he has this friend who's looking for a place. He has cash, but he doesn't have all of the cash just yet. He has to pull some money out of for a 401k or something. So I'm not sure. But the point is, it's a cash deal. It's not somebody out of the blue. The neighbor knows him. He doesn't mind the mess, doesn't mind the road, doesn't mind anything. He just is looking for a place to live, and he likes this property. So he made an offer, and it's something we're keeping on our mind until we hear from everybody else. That is awesome. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, because the worst case scenario, we might be able to save this yet. We may be able to make something work so that we don't lose the property and we can move forward on this. And if we accepted that offer, we're looking at a closing date maybe at the end of January, possibly the beginning of February. But close enough. He also said that we could even have like a month to move. He's not worried about getting in here fast. So that's cool. We'll have plenty of time to get out. So that's the good news for the night. It is so good to hear some better news after what we got yesterday. And we're so happy to be moving forward again. And it just feels good. So that's probably going to be the last update for the weekend. But come Monday, we're going to let you know what the other potential buyer decides, and then we'll start making decisions. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along, and just thanks for everybody who's supporting us. And I'm sorry to everybody who we may have upset with our last video. That is, I'm sorry. But that's all we have for tonight. So until next time, take care.